What's up, guys? About 2 weeks ago, I got to see Darren Aronofsky's new movie, Caught Stealing, starring Austin Butler, Vincent D'Onofrio, Zoe Kravitz, and some more people. Matt Smith. And this movie, this is like Austin Butler's first big role since Elvis. And this movie's not doing all that well at the box office. It's made 27 million worldwide, and its first 3-4 weeks. That means it's probably not gonna make any more money. Let's just call it what it is. Budget was $40 million. This is a Sony movie, so the biggest plus this movie has is it's gonna go right to Netflix, pop off on Netflix, and everyone's gonna talk about how great the movie is because it is a great movie. It's got an 84% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. I haven't really checked the audience score. Haven't really checked the cinema. I haven't really checked any of the other scores, but I know it has a, you know, so. The best thing I can say about this movie is like some people. The thing that I saw people say is that it's like it gives you tonal whiplash here and there because they go from comedy to dramatic, and it's like I feel like this is a pretty dramatic story all the way through. Like, were there bits that were funny? Yeah, but like the character that he plays, his life's kind of. I hope I'm saying the character's name right. I hope his character's name is Benny because I'm gonna keep saying Benny, but Benny's life is pretty fucked up, you know, and you can see and you can like they like do the flashback of the car crash that they're gonna reveal later on in the movie. But like I feel like they set the tone pretty early on that this is a guy that's living a pretty person. Like, he's a bartender. He loves baseball. He's around people that really don't like baseball. Even though this movie's set in the '90s, the early 2000s, a lot of people still weren't crazy about baseball, even in New York City. You got to go to certain pockets to find the people that are really crazy about baseball. And he lives in a shitty apartment. And then his neighbors, played by Matt Smith, ask him to watch his cat, watches the cat, and then that's where everything picks up from. And something that I think like really works to this benefit of this movie is like this is the type of movie you only can really make in the like late '90s or early 2000s, because the reason you don't see crime thrillers really set nowadays is because of how much technology there is. You cannot run around a city just doing whatever the fuck you want to do without like really making it your own universe. Like, John Wick is set in our time, but John Wick is its own universe because it plays by its own rules. You know what I mean? And most thrillers or crime movies in general aren't gonna be that way. So most of those movies aren't set in our time. Like, even the movie Honey Don't that I reviewed a couple weeks ago, that I liked, most people didn't. I liked it. That movie, though it's set in our time, it doesn't feel like it's set in our time because it's in a very impoverished area. You know what I mean? So, with small cops, small town, impoverished. So it's like that's the thing that I think Caught Stealing really had going for it, was like they were able to do all this wacky, over the top shit because they're set in a different decade. You know what I mean? So I really like it makes a movie like this really easy to just let it play out. You don't got to second guess. Wait, how do you do that? How do you do this? How do you do that? Why is no one doing this? Why is no one there? Why did no one record this? Why did no one see that? You know what I mean? And it makes characters that are supposed to be intimidating, and it makes their ways of intimidation make more sense. Because if you're in the '90s, everyone has flip phones and shit, and you can't record everything at once. It makes it a lot easier to strong arm people and intimidate them. You know what I mean? And those two like Russian dudes that I'm talking about, Ukrainian, I think they're Ukrainian. That were like strong arming Benny. They might have been Russian, I forgot. But those guys are prime examples. Like, they were just beating the shit out of people, doing whatever the fuck they wanted. They were screaming at his neighbor. His neighbor never called the cops. He might have called it. I think Benny had to end up calling the cops, but he never called the cops. Zoe Kravitz's character was really good in this movie too. Zoe Kravitz is a weird case right now. Like, I think people in Hollywood think she has pull, but no one's gonna go see a movie for Zoe Kravitz. Black people especially aren't really trying to go see any movie for Zoe Kravitz right now, especially after that Jaden Smith shit. People already could clock how she acted and more. People already clocked that she's one of those black girls that like, yeah, she's black so she can get these roles, but everything about how she carries herself is so anti-black that a lot of black people, women and men included, don't really rock with her. And then that Jada Smith shit, they didn't help anything. So it's like, if you got a girl in a movie that you're trying to sell for a lot of money, that really a demographic that doesn't even like her. The demographic just does not like her. So then you're left with, do the white people really like her? And it's like, do they? Do they really see themselves when they see Zoe Kravitz doing any type of role? They're like, oh, we got to see that. Like, does anyone really go like that ever? You know what I mean? So, you know, it was a tough uphill battle because, like I said, this is a really dramatic movie, and right now, I don't think this is the type of time people want to see a dramatic movie about a guy who made a mistake, and that mistake kind of fucked up his entire life, and he's been paying for that mistake his entire life, and he gets caught up in some more shit, and he makes more mistakes, and it leads him down the path where it's like, man, like all this stuff has happened to you, and can we really say it's your fault? So I really just wanted to come on here to ramble about it a bit and just let people know that, like, I saw it. Like, let you guys know I saw it. I thought it was good. I didn't ignore it. This was not one of those good movies I just did not see. Like, I saw this and I thought it was a really good picture, really good movie, really good 2 hours. You know, Bad Bunny, before I want to get this, Bad Bunny's a great actor. Most musicians are going to be good actors. I don't know why people get so surprised that people who are artistically talented might just be artistically talented in another thing other than just being the biggest musical star in the world. They might be good at acting too. Who would have thought, you know? So, Caught Stealing, 8 out of 10. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out when it comes on Netflix. Peace.